Igavania formula has been used plenty of times in games. After playing a couple, you'll begin to understand its beats and know exactly what to expect. See a ledge that's too high? Don't worry, the double jump is coming. Can't get a door open? Well, there'll be a switch later on that'll handle that. Modern Igavania titles rely on pushing the boundaries for abilities in order to stay unique in this space. However, it's not so bad dialing things back a bit to deliver a true Igavania experience from the man himself, Koji Igarashi. I'm Zara Lopez and this is Noisy Pixel's review for Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
What took you so long? Well, now that you've tasted the power of so many shards, I presume you're ready to join me.
You presume wrongly. I'm here to keep my promise to you, and nothing else.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night begins by introducing Miriam, the subject of treatments enacted by the Alchemist Guild, which turned her into what is known as a Shardbringer. Shardbringers are cursed with the fate of slowly turning into a crystal over time, but they are also granted enormous amounts of power. When Miriam enters the scene, she is surprised to hear that her old friend Jebel is leading a pack of demons to kill off humans and resides in a large castle. Furthermore, Miriam finds out her old teacher Alfred is also after Jebel, looking for a book. With some help from the church and a few friends, Miriam goes forth to stop Jebel and see what the hell Alfred is up to. The story hits some key moments throughout the game, but it holds true to a serious tone throughout the entire story. While most of the text in the story can come off as campy, I felt that the great voice acting in the game lent a hand to downplaying some of these tones. What's interesting about Bloodstained is that it has no intentions of throwing new traversal abilities at the player after every boss. Instead, the game uses shards as a way to constantly change up the gameplay, and for the most part, this works. Shards are acquired by defeating enemies who will sometimes grant Miriam a special ability. Shard abilities can also be used for traversing and interacting with the environment, which has them play a larger role in the game overall. With that said, it can be a little cryptic when and where to use these abilities, but I felt this just played to the charm of the genre. I thought the castle design was gorgeous. Honestly, I was a little worried since the opening mission is set on a ship that has some serious copy and pasted layouts. However, this in no way reflects the actual adventure that awaits. The castle in the game is beautiful with many recognizable layout designs, but each presented in a unique way that flows with the game's many environmental themes. When you're not exploring the castle, Bloodstained also has some side missions that allow players to get items after killing a certain type of enemy. There's also a little farming area and an old woman who asks for food. Weapons in the game can either be purchased or crafted, but I found that I typically was able to craft the weapons that I needed and never ran into problems with unbalanced gameplay or insanely high difficulty spikes in the game. There isn't an auto feature in Bloodstained, but luckily there is enough save points sprinkled around to make dying not so bad. Musically, Bloodstained strikes all the right chords. I was immersed in this devilish world and loved every single track that played. I couldn't get enough of the nostalgia that the soundtrack provided and made my time with the game an awesome experience. Bloodstained is everything I could have hoped for from a modern take on the Igavania genre. The game took a chance on the more modern design choice, which usually opts to overload the player with traversal abilities and instead relied on slowly rolling them out along with including shard abilities that incentivized killing enemies. I had an amazing time exploring the castle, not knowing what was going to happen next. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a true Igavania adventure and does a great job at bringing the game to modern platforms. There are some low points here and there, and some design choices can be a bit questionable, but honestly, there's just so much to love about this game that it really doesn't matter. The wait was worth it and the story conclusion was something that I wasn't expecting. Miriam is a great main protagonist for the new generation of Igavania titles, and I would gladly go on a demon slaying adventure with her again. Noisy Pixel is giving Bloodstained an 8.3 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisyypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
And I will. But you listen to me, Shardbinder. If you value your life, then stay out of my sight.